Imagine this. You're a Cowboys fan settling in, expecting to see Jonathan Mingo line up on the field, ready to make those contested catches and add that extra firepower to the Dallas offense. Instead, the shocking news breaks: Mingo is out long-term. The ripple effect isn't just about losing one wide receiver. It's about the entire offensive identity, the chemistry with Dak Prescott, and even how defenses will start scheming differently against Dallas. This is not a minor bump in the road, it's a twist that could shift the entire direction of the Cowboys season. So let's break down what this means, who steps up next, and how Dallas can keep their momentum alive. Jonathan Mingo's absence is a blow that hits deeper than just one position on the depth chart. When Dallas signed him, the expectation was that he'd develop into a reliable weapon alongside CeeDee Lamb. His size, speed, and physicality gave the Cowboys a new wrinkle in their offensive strategy, especially in the red zone. Now, with him sidelined, the Cowboys lose not just a player, but also a piece of their offensive puzzle that was carefully designed to stretch defenses thin. This forces Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore to rethink how they spread the field, how they create mismatches, and how they keep opponents from simply locking down on Lamb. So what happens next? The first thing to consider is the depth at wide receiver. Brandon Cooks, with his veteran savvy and ability to create separation, becomes even more critical. He's no stranger to being the go-to guy when a team needs a spark, but this time the pressure on him intensifies. Then there's Michael Gallup, a player who has shown flashes of brilliance but has also been inconsistent since his injury return. For Gallup, this could be the moment where he's asked to step back into the spotlight and prove he can be that reliable second option. Behind them, younger players and practice squad hopefuls suddenly have a chance to make their mark. The absence of Mingo also puts a spotlight on the Cowboys' offensive strategy. Do they lean heavier into the run game with Tony Pollard? Do they involve tight ends like Jake Ferguson more often to compensate for the missing size at wideout? Or does this force Dak Prescott to take more risks down the field, knowing defenses might double CeeDee Lamb on nearly every snap? These are tough questions, but they're the exact kind of adjustments championship-caliber teams have to figure out. Another ripple effect worth noting is how defenses will change their approach against Dallas. Without Mingo stretching the field, defenses may play tighter coverage and commit more players to stopping Lamb. That could make life tougher for Dak and require pinpoint execution from the offensive line. If the Cowboys can't establish balance between their passing attack and run game, they risk becoming predictable. And in the NFL, predictability is a recipe for disaster. But let's not overlook the psychological impact here. Losing a key player can rattle team morale. Mingo was seen as a developing weapon who had the potential to open up the Cowboys' offense in fresh ways. Now, teammates have to rally, knowing one of their own won't be suiting up for a while. This is where leadership matters. Dak, CeeDee, and veterans across the locker room will have to step up, not just on the field, but in keeping the team focused and hungry despite the setback. Looking at the bigger picture, this injury could influence how the Cowboys approach trades or free agent signings. Do they stick with what they have, trusting their depth and development, or do they explore the market for another receiver who can immediately contribute? It wouldn't be surprising to see Dallas at least make calls. After all, the NFC East is tight, and every edge matters. The decision could end up defining how the season unfolds. For Dak Prescott specifically, this changes his workload. He's now expected to elevate those around him even more. With Lamb drawing the toughest coverage, Dak's accuracy, decision-making, and trust in secondary options will be tested. This could either showcase his ability to carry a team when adversity hits or highlight weaknesses if the offense struggles to adapt. Every throw will be under the microscope, and every drive will feel heavier with expectations. Now, let's talk about fan expectations. Cowboys Nation is passionate, and losing Mingo will no doubt spark frustration and worry. But this is also a moment where resilience is tested. Fans will want to see the team respond with energy, creativity, and determination. No excuses, just solutions. And in many ways, this is where the Cowboys can write a bigger story, overcoming adversity, refusing to fold, and finding new heroes on the roster. The schedule doesn't get easier, and every game will test how quickly the Cowboys can adjust to this loss. Look for the coaching staff to experiment, for players to step into bigger roles, and for the identity of this offense to evolve week by week. If they can find balance, stay unpredictable, and keep defenses on their heels, they still have every chance to make a deep playoff push. But if they stumble, the narrative will quickly shift from Super Bowl aspirations to what could have been. In the end, Jonathan Mingo's extended absence is more than just an injury headline, it's a storyline that could reshape the Cowboys' season. The loss challenges the offense, pressures Dak, forces the coaching staff to adapt, and demands resilience from every corner of the roster. But in football, adversity is opportunity. And for Dallas, the next few weeks will reveal whether they are truly contenders or just pretenders. So Cowboys fans, buckle up. The road ahead just got bumpier, but that doesn't mean the destination has changed. If Dallas can weather this storm, the story could turn into one of grit and perseverance that defines the season. If not, it will be remembered as the turning point where things started to slip. Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the ripple effects of losing Jonathan Mingo are going to be felt every single Sunday. Thanks for watching, and if you want to stay on top of all the latest Cowboys news, injury updates, and analysis, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think Dallas should do in Mingo's absence? Rely on their current roster or go hunting for reinforcements? Let's talk about it down below, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.